Welcome to Southeast Asia, a diverse region located between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, where ancient civilizations have been shaped by the influences of India, China, and the West. This is a land of rich beliefs and cultures, home to the world's largest Muslim population alongside deeply rooted Buddhist nations and vibrant Christian, Hindu, and animistic communities. Southeast Asia is truly one of the most fascinating regions in the world, rich in culture, blessed with breathtaking landscapes, and full of unforgettable experiences. And if this is your first time exploring Southeast Asia, Vietnam is the perfect place to begin. Easy to travel, affordable, welcoming, and incredibly diverse, Vietnam offers a little bit of everything, from stunning nature and ancient culture to vibrant cities and authentic local life. In today's journey, Travito takes you across some of the most amazing destinations in Southeast Asia, helping you discover the perfect place for your very first trip to this remarkable region. The first stop on today's journey brings us to northern Vietnam, home to one of Southeast Asia's most breathtaking landscapes. Rising from the emerald waters is a place that feels almost unreal. Welcome to Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Southeast Asia's most iconic landscapes. Ha Long Bay is home to nearly 2,000 limestone islands and towering karsts shaped by wind, water, and time over millions of years. According to local legend, these islands were formed by dragons sent from the heavens, protecting the land as they descended into the sea. And as you glide through the bay, it's easy to believe the story. Here, quiet fishing villages float gently on the water. Hidden caves reveal ancient secrets, and every turn brings a new silhouette rising from the mist. Ha Long Bay is not just a destination, it's an experience. Peaceful, majestic, and deeply connected to Vietnam's natural and cultural heritage. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Ha Long Bay offers something truly special: breathtaking beauty, easy access, and a gentle introduction to the magic of this region. This is where many journeys begin and where memories last a lifetime. The next place is Ninh Binh. Often called Ha Long Bay on land, Ninh Binh is a landscape of towering limestone mountains, winding rivers, and endless rice fields, where nature and history exist in perfect harmony. Here, small boats glide slowly through hidden caves and peaceful waterways. Ancient temples rest beneath dramatic cliffs, and time seems to move just a little slower. Ninh Binh is home to Vietnam's first capital, and its landscapes have remained untouched for centuries, offering a rare glimpse into the country's spiritual and historical roots. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Ninh Binh is calm, beautiful, and deeply authentic, a place to breathe, to reflect, and to experience Vietnam beyond the cities. This is Ninh Binh, where nature whispers and Vietnam's past quietly lives on. From peaceful landscapes, our journey now leads us into the heart of Vietnam's history. Welcome to Hanoi, the 1,000-year-old capital of Vietnam. A city that doesn't flow gently like rivers or rise silently like mountains. Hanoi moves, hums, and sings. Motorbikes weave like choreography through the streets. Sidewalks turn into cafes, kitchens, and living rooms. The air is filled with the sound of conversations, sizzling grills, and history being lived, not displayed. This is a 1,000-year-old capital where emperors once ruled, where colonial balconies still lean over narrow streets, and where every morning begins with a bowl of pho and a strong cup of coffee. Walk the old quarter and get lost on purpose. Pause at Hoang Kiem Lake as the city breathes around you. Feel the rumble of the train cutting through daily life. Taste bun cha, egg coffee, and stories passed down through generations. Hanoi is not polished, and that's exactly its charm. It's layered, expressive, unpredictable, and deeply human. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Hanoi isn't just a place you visit, it's a place you feel. This is Hanoi, alive, poetic, and unforgettable. Our journey now moves south to the heart of central Vietnam. Welcome to Da Nang, one of the country's most livable coastal cities. Here, golden beaches stretch endlessly along the coastline, while modern streets meet mountains and sea. Mornings begin with ocean breezes, afternoons with cafe views, and evenings with city lights reflecting on the Han River. Da Nang is where Vietnam slows down just enough. Climb the marble mountains, watch the Dragon Bridge breathe fire at night. Relax on Mai Kay Beach as the sun melts into the sea. Clean, open, and easy to explore, Da Nang offers first-time visitors the perfect balance of nature, comfort, and modern Vietnamese life. This is Da Nang, relaxed, vibrant, and effortlessly beautiful. And then, time slows down. Our next stop is Hoi An, a town that feels less like a destination and more like a memory. Set along Vietnam's central coast, Hoi An is a UNESCO World Heritage Site where centuries-old architecture, glowing lanterns, and quiet riverside life remain beautifully preserved. Once a thriving international trading port, this town still carries echoes of the world. Chinese temples, Japanese bridges, and European influences woven into its streets. As night falls, lanterns light the narrow alleys, and Hoi An begins to glow. Ancient houses open their doors, temples stand quietly in the shadows, and the Thu Bon River reflects 1,000 colors drifting gently across the water. Here you can have clothing tailored in days, taste local flavors like cow lao and delicate white rose dumplings, or simply wander with no destination at all. Whether cycling through peaceful countryside or watching lanterns float into the night, Hoi An offers a kind of magic that lingers long after the lights fade. And just when you think you understand Vietnam, it changes again. Welcome to Ho Chi Minh City. Fast, fearless, and full of ambition, this is the beating economic heart of Vietnam. A city where rivers of motorbikes flow through neon-lit streets, where glass towers rise beside colonial landmarks, and where the energy never truly sleeps. When night falls, Ho Chi Minh City comes alive. Rooftop bars glow above the skyline in District 1. Music spills from hidden speakeasies and live clubs. Street food sizzles past midnight, from smoky grills to late-night noodle stalls filled with locals. Walk along Yuen Hu Walking Street as performers, vendors, and crowds create a moving stage. Sip cocktails high above the city, or lose track of time in neighborhoods that stay awake until morning. By day, History grounds you at the Central Post Office, Notre Dame Cathedral, and the War Remnants Museum. By night, the city invites you to feel its rhythm. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Ho Chi Minh City is bold and exhilarating, a place that pushes your senses and rewards your curiosity. This is Ho Chi Minh City, electric, relentless, alive long after the sun goes down. Human civilization has always followed rivers, and today our journey flows south to the Mekong Delta, often called the Rice Bowl of Vietnam. In the far south of the country, the Mekong Delta unfolds as a living network of rivers, canals, and emerald islands. Here, water shapes everything, from the landscape to the culture, from daily routines to generations of tradition. Boats replace streets. Floating markets like Kai Rang come alive at dawn. Quiet canals wind beneath coconut palms, leading to villages surrounded by endless rice fields and tropical fruit orchards. Life in the Mekong Delta moves at a gentler rhythm. Traditions are deeply rooted, smiles come easily, and every interaction feels warm and sincere. Whether you're tasting sun-ripened fruit, discovering local crafts, or drifting through tranquil waterways, the Mekong Delta invites you to slow down and truly connect. This is the Mekong Delta, a timeless journey into Vietnam's natural beauty and heartfelt hospitality. Continuing our journey across the Indochina Peninsula, we arrive at a city shaped by both resilience and renewal, Phnom Penh. Set at the meeting point of the Mekong and Tonle Sap rivers, Cambodia's capital is a city where history runs deep and life moves forward with quiet strength. Golden spires of the royal palace rise above the riverfront. Ancient temples whisper stories of a powerful Khmer civilization, and along wide boulevards, cafes, markets, and motorbikes reveal a city rebuilding itself with confidence and hope. Phnom Penh invites you to understand Southeast Asia beyond postcards. Walk along the riverside at sunset. Explore the Royal Palace and Silver Pagoda. Reflect at sites that tell Cambodia's recent history, powerful, emotional, and unforgettable. This is a city that doesn't hide its past, but learns from it. Warm, welcoming, and deeply human, Phnom Penh offers travelers a meaningful connection to Cambodia's soul. And now, our journey leads us to a place where time stands still. Welcome to Siem Reap. This is the gateway to Angkor, one of the greatest archaeological wonders on Earth. Hidden within jungles and bathed in golden light, the temples of Angkor rise as powerful reminders of the Khmer Empire's brilliance, faith, and imagination. At sunrise, Angkor Wat glows against the sky. Ancient stone faces watch silently from beyond. Roots and ruins intertwine at Ta Prohm, where nature and history exist as one. But Siem Reap is more than temples alone. It's lively streets and night markets filled with color. It's warm smiles, local flavors, and evenings that stretch into music and laughter. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Siem Reap is unforgettable, spiritual, mysterious, and deeply moving. And then the pace softens once more. Our journey carries us to Vientiane, the peaceful capital of Laos. Set along the banks of the Mekong River, Vientiane feels unhurried, almost timeless. Golden temples shimmer in the sunlight. Monks walk quietly through tree-lined streets, and cafes invite you to pause, not rush. Here you'll find sacred landmarks like Pha That Luang, gentle river sunsets, and wide boulevards where French colonial influences blend seamlessly with Lao tradition. Vientiane doesn't overwhelm, it welcomes. It's a place to slow down, to breathe, and to experience Southeast Asia in its most relaxed form. For first-time travelers, Vientiane offers something rare, calm in a region full of motion. As the river continues north, our journey arrives at a place of quiet beauty and deep tradition, Luang Prabang. Tucked between mountains and rivers, this former royal capital is where Laos reveals its soul. Golden temples glow at dawn, saffron-robed monks move silently through the streets, and wooden houses rest beneath frangipani trees. Beyond the town, nature unfolds gently. Turquoise waters cascade through the jungle at Quang Si Falls. The Mekong and Nam Khan rivers curve slowly past limestone hills. Quiet paths lead to viewpoints where mist rises with the morning sun. Here, mornings begin with almsgiving. Afternoons drift along the river, and evenings glow with lantern-lit streets and soft conversations. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, Luang Prabang feels less like a destination and more like a moment where spirituality, nature, and daily life exist in perfect balance. This is Luang Prabang, peaceful, sacred, timeless. And then the rhythm changes. Our journey brings us to Bangkok, a city that never slows down. Bangkok is a collision of tradition and modern ambition. Golden temples rise beside glass skyscrapers. Long-tail boats glide past riverside malls. Ancient rituals unfold just steps away from neon-lit streets. Here you can wander through the Grand Palace, feel the calm of Wat Po, and watch the Cha Phraya River carry the city forward. Then, as night falls, Bangkok transforms. Rooftop bars glow above the skyline, night markets burst with flavor, and the streets pulse with energy until morning. Bangkok is intense, colorful, and unapologetically alive. It overwhelms and then wins you over. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, this is the ultimate introduction to the region's contrasts. And after the rush of the capital, the north invites us to breathe again. Welcome to Chiang Mai. Surrounded by misty mountains and ancient forests, Chiang Mai is where Thailand's traditions feel close, personal, and deeply rooted. Old city walls and quiet temples protect centuries of history, while cafes, night markets, and creative spaces give the city a gentle, modern pulse. Here, mornings begin with temple bells and mountain air. Days unfold through lantern-filled streets, craft markets, and cooking classes that introduce the heart of northern Thai flavors. Beyond the city, jungles, waterfalls, and hilltop viewpoints wait just a short drive away. Chiang Mai is calm, cultural, and welcoming, a place to slow down, learn, and connect. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, this is balance at its best. And once again, the sea calls us back. Our journey continues to Pattaya. Just a short distance from Bangkok, Pattaya is where the city escapes to the coast. Beaches stretch along warm waters, Islands sit just offshore, and the days are filled with sun, speedboats, and seaside views. But Pattaya is more than its shoreline. Island hop to Koh Larn for clear water and white sand. Visit hilltop viewpoints overlooking the bay. And as night falls, the city transforms. Lights glow, music fills the air, and Pattaya's famous nightlife comes alive. Energetic, playful, and full of contrasts, Pattaya offers first-time visitors a taste of Thailand's modern beach culture, lively by night, relaxed by day. And finally, the horizon opens wide. Our journey brings us to Phuket. Thailand's largest island is where turquoise seas meet dramatic cliffs, and every day feels touched by the tropics. Palm-lined beaches stretch endlessly, limestone islands rise from the water, and sunsets paint the sky in gold and crimson. In Phuket, adventure and relaxation live side by side. Sail through the limestone landscapes of Phang Nga Bay. Dive into crystal-clear waters around nearby islands, or simply slow down on the beach as the waves roll in. By night, Phuket reveals another rhythm. Beach clubs glow, markets buzz with life, and the island's energy carries on beneath the stars. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Phuket is a dream made real. Vibrant, beautiful, and effortlessly inviting. This is Phuket. Tropical, iconic, impossible to leave behind. Next, our journey carries us to one of the world's most visited cities, a place where cultures meet and the future rises. Welcome to Singapore. This island city is a living mosaic of civilizations: Malaysian warmth, Chinese heritage, Indian color, Arabic tradition, and British influence all flow together into one of the most dynamic urban cultures on Earth. Here, ancient temples stand beside futuristic skylines. Mosques, churches, and shrines share the same streets. Hawker centers become global food capitals, and gardens rise into the sky. Walk through Chinatown, Little India, Kampong Glam, and colonial districts, each neighborhood a world of its own. Marvel at Marina Bay's skyline. Breathe inside the gardens by the bay. Feel the rhythm of a city that never stops evolving. Singapore is clean, bold, efficient, and deeply human. A city built on discipline, diversity, and vision. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Singapore feels familiar and futuristic at the same time, the perfect bridge between East and West. Our next destination takes us to the heart of Malaysia, the vibrant capital of Kuala Lumpur. Modern, energetic, and endlessly diverse, Kuala Lumpur is a city that welcomes the world. Each year, travelers arrive here to experience its dynamic streets, striking landmarks, and rich cultural life. This is a city shaped by contrasts. Sleek skyscrapers rise beside historic mosques. Bustling markets sit just steps from luxury malls. Malay Islamic heritage blends seamlessly with strong Chinese influences, creating a cultural landscape that feels both powerful and welcoming. Unlike many ancient capitals in Southeast Asia, Kuala Lumpur is a relatively young city, and its beauty reflects that. Much of its iconic architecture emerged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, giving the city a distinctly modern character, confident and forward-looking. From skyline views to street-level stories, Kuala Lumpur offers first-time visitors an exciting introduction to Malaysia, vibrant, multicultural, and full of energy. From the capital, our journey drifts north to an island shaped by stories, spice, and sea, Penang. Often called the cultural soul of Malaysia, Penang is where history lives on every street. In Georgetown, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, colonial shophouses, Chinese clan temples, mosques, and Hindu shrines stand side by side, each telling a chapter of the island's past. This is a place of color and creativity. Street art turns walls into galleries, lanterns glow above narrow lanes, and food stalls serve some of the best flavors in Southeast Asia. Penang's beauty isn't loud, it's layered, a blend of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and European influences shaped over centuries of trade and tradition. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Penang offers something truly special: culture you can taste, history you can walk through, and stories that unfold slowly. From the island, our journey continues south to Malacca, a city where Southeast Asia first met the world. Often regarded as Malaysia's unofficial historical capital, Malacca has served as a bridge between East and West for more than 5 centuries. Traders, explorers, and empires once passed through here, leaving behind layers of history that still shape the city today. Walk through Malacca and you'll see the past everywhere, in Portuguese forts, Dutch squares, British churches, museums, and watchtowers that quietly tell stories of a global crossroads. Yet what defines Malacca most is not just its history, but its atmosphere. Life moves slowly here. Cafes line the riverbanks, traditional villages remain unchanged, and the city carries a rare sense of calm and reflection. In 2008, Malacca was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, not only for its architecture, but for the way history continues to live gently within its streets. This is Malacca, historic, peaceful, timeless. Our journey now drifts away from the cities to the emerald waters of Langkawi. Often called the jewel of Malaysian tourism, Langkawi is an archipelago of 99 islands set off the coast of Kedah, where Malaysia meets Thailand. Here, nature remains beautifully protected. Ancient rainforests cover the hills, limestone cliffs rise from turquoise seas, and rare wildlife still thrives in one of Malaysia's most pristine landscapes. Langkawi's name carries its own legend. Lang comes from helang, the Malay word for eagle, a symbol inspired by the many eagles that once filled these skies. Kawi is believed to reflect strength and resilience, echoing the spirit of the islands themselves. Even today, eagles soar above the coastline, a reminder of Langkawi's wild and timeless character. For travelers, Langkawi offers a different side of Southeast Asia, untouched, tranquil, and deeply connected to nature. Our journey now carries us to the edge of paradise. Welcome to Palawan. Often called the last ecological frontier of the Philippines, Palawan is a place where nature still reigns supreme. Towering limestone cliffs rise from crystal-clear waters. Hidden lagoons glow in shades of blue and green, and dense jungles stretch untouched toward the horizon. This is a land of quiet wonders. Glide through the emerald waters of the underground river. Explore secret lagoons in El Nido. Swim above vibrant coral reefs and untouched marine life. In Palawan, the world feels distant. Time slows, and every moment feels raw and real. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Palawan offers something rare: pure beauty, far from the crowds, shaped only by sea, stone, and sky. This is Palawan, untamed, pristine, a dream made real. From wild beauty, our journey drifts toward pure island bliss, Boracay. Consistently voted by travel enthusiasts as one of the 10 most beautiful beaches in Asia, Boracay is a postcard brought to life. Powder-soft white sand meets crystal-clear turquoise waters, stretching beneath endless blue skies. By day, the island invites you into the sea, parasailing above the horizon, kiteboarding across the wind, island hopping between hidden coves, or simply floating in waters so clear it barely feels real. As the sun sets, Boracay glows. Beachfront cafes, music, and laughter fill the shoreline, turning each evening into a celebration of island life. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Boracay is effortless joy, beautiful, energetic, and unforgettable. Our journey now leads us to an island shaped by wonder and quiet magic. Welcome to Bohol. Surrounded by more than 75 smaller islands, Bohol reveals a pristine landscape of rolling hills, lush forests, and a 261-kilometer coastline kissed by white sand and turquoise seas. It's a place that feels untouched, calm, beautiful, and full of surprises. Beyond its beaches lies one of nature's most curious creations, the Chocolate Hills, over 1,200 perfectly formed cones that turn golden brown in the dry season, earning Bohol's nickname, the Chocolate Kingdom. And hidden within the trees, tiny eyes watch quietly. Bohol is home to the tarsier, one of the world's smallest primates. Gentle, wide-eyed creatures, often called the island's little spirits. This is Bohol, peaceful, enchanting, wonderfully alive. Next up is Cebu City, paradise in the heart of the Philippines. Often called the Queen City of the South, Cebu is where the country's story began, a place where ancient history and modern island life come together in perfect balance. As one of the largest and most visited islands in the Philippines, Cebu draws travelers with its stunning natural beauty and rich cultural heritage. White sand beaches stretch along turquoise waters, coral reefs shimmer just below the surface, and marine life fills the surrounding seas with color and movement. Beyond the ocean, Cebu reveals another side of its charm. Historic landmarks, centuries-old churches, and impressive architecture stand alongside vibrant city streets and warm local communities, offering a deeper connection to the island's past and present. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Cebu offers the best of both worlds, island paradise and cultural discovery, all in one destination. Next, our journey takes us to Manila, a bustling capital shaped by centuries of global influence. Set along the shores of Luzon, Manila is the political, cultural, and economic heart of the Philippines. It's a city where millions of lives converge and where history and modern ambition move side by side. Skyscrapers define the skyline, but Manila's soul lives at street level. Spanish-era churches and colonial walls echo its Latin American past. Chinese, American, and Southeast Asian influences weave through neighborhoods, markets, and everyday life, creating a cultural mix unlike anywhere else in Asia. Walk through historic districts like Intramuros, explore museums and plazas, or watch daily life unfold in one of the country's most dynamic urban centers. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Manila offers a powerful introduction to the Philippines. Energetic, layered, and deeply expressive. A must-visit destination and one of Southeast Asia's greatest island paradises, our journey now brings us to Bali. Known as the Island of the Gods, Bali is a place where daily life is guided by ancient traditions and breathtaking nature. Terraced rice fields roll across the hills of Ubud, sacred temples rise from cliffs and lakes, and offerings of flowers and incense mark every doorway. In Bali, travelers can hike volcanoes at sunrise, relax on beaches from Uluwatu to Nusa Dua, dive into coral-rich waters, or unwind in jungle retreats surrounded by waterfalls and rice paddies. Beyond its landscapes, Bali captivates with culture, colorful ceremonies, traditional dance, handcrafted art, and a warm hospitality that makes visitors feel instantly at home. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Bali offers the perfect balance of adventure, spirituality, and relaxation. From island serenity, our journey now surges into the pulse of Indonesia. Welcome to Jakarta. Vast, powerful, and endlessly alive, Jakarta is a megacity of contrasts where ancient traditions and modern ambition collide in one of Southeast Asia's most dynamic urban landscapes. Skyscrapers rise above historic neighborhoods. Mosques, churches, and temples stand side by side. Markets overflow with color, while business districts move at lightning speed. Here, you can walk through the old port of Kota Tua, trace colonial history in Dutch-era buildings, explore massive malls, and taste the rich flavors of Indonesian street food, from satay to nasi goreng to midnight snacks in glowing street stalls. Jakarta is intense but unforgettable, chaotic yet deeply human, overwhelming and completely magnetic. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Jakarta offers a powerful introduction to Indonesia's energy, diversity, and scale. And as our journey comes to a close, we arrive in a place where tradition still leads the way, Yogyakarta. Often called the cultural heart of Java, Yogyakarta is a city where ancient kingdoms, living traditions, and everyday life move as one. Royal palaces, batik workshops, and quiet neighborhoods preserve customs passed down for generations. Just beyond the city rise two of Indonesia's greatest wonders, Borobudur and Prambanan, timeless temples that speak of faith, art, and human imagination. For first-time travelers to Southeast Asia, Yogyakarta offers something rare and lasting, depth, meaning, and connection. This is Yogyakarta, humble, cultural, timeless. From emerald bays and ancient towns to vibrant cities and timeless temples, Southeast Asia reveals itself as a land of endless wonder. Each destination tells a different story, each culture adds a new color, and every journey begins with a single step. For first-time travelers, Southeast Asia is welcoming, diverse, and unforgettable, a place where nature, history, and humanity come together in the most beautiful ways. And if you're wondering where to begin, Vietnam stands ready, open, authentic, and full of discovery. This is not the end of the journey, it's only the beginning. Thank you for traveling with Travito. If this journey inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next adventure.